So just waiting for people to come into the room. So we have, they're starting to creep in. So we're starting to get people in. Guys, if you can hear me, thumbs up. Make sure you can hear me and see me all okay. We've got Excel Pythons. We've got Megs Morphs. We've got FNS. We've got Steve Walker. We've got IMM. Wow, it's all going. We've got David. Can you all hear me okay? Yep, perfect. Awesome. Great. Fantastic. So, wow, Ross is in the house. Ross McGee. Reggie, my boy. SRS, Sam's in the house. Beach Bum Exotics. Adam, Yorkshire Constrictors. Wow. Derek, Chris, Dan's Balls, Aaron, Josh. That's all good. Good audio. Cool. That's wicked. Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. I haven't done a live on YouTube for a while, and I thought it's about time I checked in with you guys and touched base a little bit with what's been going on. This won't be a long one, but I think it'll be interesting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the floor to questions. So first of all, don't go crazy with the questions, guys. Just give me a couple of questions, snake related, breeding related, hobby related, whatever you want to talk about. Let's have a few questions to start us off, eh? You are a bit fuzzy. Yeah, that's because I haven't had a shave, mate. Only joking. Teddy's here. Hat like you put on the way in. Okay, we've got the first question coming from Reggie's Urban Jungle. Guys, if you're not following Reggie, get over and give him a follow. He's a great guy. He's a tall guy as well. He reminds me of myself. So when is a good time to upgrade your male? Believe it or not, it's down to preference, because if we're talking about breeding males, I presume, obviously genetically powerful males are the best ones to have. So if you've got a yellow belly and you produce a pastel yellow belly, then obviously eventually it's time to upgrade. What I don't do, I don't sell my male and then try and use his son, which would be the pastel yellow belly, for example, to take the dad's place. What I do is I keep the two of them running side by side in that year, and then once I know the son, which is the pastel yellow belly, is doing his job, then I will let go of the yellow belly male. So I always like to make sure that the predecessor is ready to take over, or the apprentice is ready to take over from the master. So that's the first thing. So hope that answers your questions, Reg. So Steve Walker, what are your plans for the next season? Wow, what can I say, Steve? I can't really say too much because I want to do some reveals on some of the projects that I've got coming this way in the next couple of weeks. But certainly some special combos, more high intensity Orange Dream combos. I try not to repeat the pairings every season. Some freeway combos. What else we got going on? Yeah, all will be revealed coming soon, Steve, on a video near you. So I'm trying to not give too much away. Let's have a quick look. Plans for next season. So SRS, Sam's Royal Serpents. What you think about the chocolate and spot nose being a lilac? Wow, that is awesome. And Justin mentioned something a few weeks ago that he's got something interesting about the chocolate gene that he's found out. And what's interesting is even now, 25, 30 years down the line, we're still finding stuff out. So it's amazing. It's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's information that Justin's put out, which is something that I agree on. Stuff like that. Why keep it a secret? So that's fantastic. I heard that the black pastel and the enchi was a lilac. So I did a pairing with a cinnamon and an enchi combo, which I'll go into a bit more depth. And the cinnamon and the enchi is also a lilac, which is why I did the pairing in the first place. But really super excited about the chocolate and the spot nose future. So that sounds awesome. Okay, what's your most anticipated clutch of the year? All of them. Anticipated. I've had so many amazing clutches this season and so many awesome odds. I've just had my last clutch, which is clutch number 43. And I may have one more straggler sort of in the next month or two, but clutch 43 is where I'm calling it. And so far, everyone has been anticipated. I've been looking forward to it. So I know it's a bit of a lame answer, but it's facts. I've just hatched some GHI combos, which again is such. I did kind of the same pairing last season, and this season it's given me completely different babies. So, and it was only a 2 gene combo to a 2 gene combo, and both seasons has given me different babies. So I try not to repeat pairings, but when I'm excited about a pairing, I do try and repeat it because I want different things. So I'm loving them all. Okay, next one down, guys. I'm trying to do my best. In your opinion, what's the hottest project on the market right now? Beach Bum, Adam. Without getting into too many debates, and I think there's that many different projects out there for everyone. The Special, I believe, is an amazing project because it's entry level. So it's not like up there with the Stranger and the Sunset in price range, but it's down there that everyone can get into the Special project and produce, special combos. The crystals, I've just posted some crystals for sale on Morph Market tonight, and the crystals just get better with age. Again, you can make amazing combos with the Special. So for me, a Special level, we're talking a very exciting project moving forward. Justin's done some Special clown stuff. The Special pied stuff are off the chain. So Special, I would say, is a great baseline. If you want to get into a project, an excitable project, that's a great project. Obviously, you've got the high-end stuff like the Sunset, the Stranger stuff. And there's other stuff out there as well, but I'm trying to keep to the ones that people know. So I hope that answers your question, Adam. Sorry, guys, I've just missed a few questions. So recommendations on a rack for a newbie. So Joe, if you are in the UK, Herp Exotic racks are great entry level to sort of professional level style racks, especially if you're keeping your reptiles in your house or in a room like your bedroom or a living room or a basement, and you haven't got a dedicated reptile room. Herp Exotics rack systems are fantastic. Over in the States, obviously you've got the higher end stuff like the Freedom Breeder and the ARS. Animal Plastics do great racks, and there's a few more out there. I believe TGR currently no longer anymore, but there is some great stuff out there. So try and go for like an entry level. Like I said, the Herp Exotics are just priced right and built right for a newbie. So let's just have a quick look. Have we got any more questions? Jacqueline, favourite most recently added mutation? Can't tell you. And I can't tell you because I'm excited for 4 things that are coming into the HQ, and all will be revealed, but stay tuned for those. So yeah, who else we got? Yeah. Okay. What's your ideal male-female ratio for breeding? And does it depend on the age of the male, i.e. would an older, bigger male be to service more females without running himself ragged? So Teddy asked the questions. So long and short of it is, I try and do 1 male to 1 female. In fact, it used to be back in the day, 1 male to 3 females. However, what we have learned over the years is that there is a compatibility issue, and sometimes that male may not breed that female or vice versa, so the female may not be interested in the male. So what I like to do, I like to have a backup male. So what I will do, I will have a female, and then I will have a male that I want to go to that female, but then I'll also have a backup male just in case that female and male aren't compatible. Then I've got this backup male that can come in and basically, so she's not building these follicles for a waste of time. So I try and do 1 male per female. Sometimes you'll use 1 male on 3 or 4 females and he'll get the job done, but those backup males are vital, and a lot of people miss that out. And Garrick DeMeyer, he will actually have 2 of the same males, and he'll have the females for those males underneath, and he'll run those males through those females to obviously try and reach his objective. I have got some bigger, older males, like I've got my original pastel spot nose male that's produced all the spot nose combos here at the HQ. He's still going strong. He still produces. He's been to a friend's house recently to do a breeding project, and I've got a fire clown he'll breed to absolutely anything. He's like he'll breed to a hose pipe. So he's one of those males that I'm very reluctant not to get rid of, because he just gets in and does the job. So sometimes those older, bigger males are worth just holding back, just in case those younger males don't quite get the job done. But my ratio is 1 to 1. That's how I like to do it. Hope that answers your question, my friend. Okay, so what is your see some G-Nex? So Craig has asked, how long till we see some G-Nex pieds? Well, I have hatched some, and they are ready for feeding. Let's say they've shed out, they're ready for feeding. It's been crazy here, so I haven't been able to get all the clutch cutting videos done because everything just happened. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a compilation together, a couple of videos, compilations showing some of the babies I've produced, and highlighting some of the genes and showing you what I've got. But there was one clutch only this season for the G-Nex project. I'm not a mass producer. I don't like to mass produce things. So yeah, 1 clutch only, but it was great results. It was a pastel G-Nex pied to a pied female. He was my backup male. The first original male didn't get the clutch, but he did, and that obviously gave me, I think it was 6 or 7 pied combos. So yeah, so again, just proves backup males are key to your snakes going through and giving you eggs. So what else have we got? What do you recommend doing for ball pythons who struggle shedding? There's a couple of little tricks. So it just so happens I have a pillar case. So if it's a bigger animal, pillar case, wet the pillar case down, put the snake inside, tie the top, put it back into their tub, I mean, most people say give it 20 minutes, but it's more like 20, 30, 40 minutes. And the snake hopefully will shed itself, because what it tries to do is it tries to find its way out. So it's trying to push out. As it's pushing out, it's going to push the skin and help pull the skin back. And because all the bag is wet, it's going to hopefully, get all that skin off. If it's a smaller snake, you could use something like a sock. Put the snake in the sock, same sort of thing. That works really well. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Any more content collection size? Do you feed live or frozen thawed? So I predominantly feed frozen thawed, and I do 1 rack to 2 racks a night. I find I don't get no waste. There are some snakes which are live feeders, which I do live, but it's predominantly frozen thawed. Did you ever? So, did you ever have? I presume that means have a girl that wouldn't breed with any male? Sorry, guys, am I back? Lag then. Let me know if I'm back. It just turned off then. Thumbs up if I'm here. Yep. Yeah, cool. Okay, so have I ever had a female that wouldn't breed? So I'll tell you a story. So a good friend of mine produced a pastel clown. He had it for 2 years, obviously grew her up. He then put his male in, wouldn't breed her. I had her and tried to breed her. She wouldn't breed. I had her for 2 years and she still wouldn't breed. So now this female is 5 years old, okay? He had her back and he tried again, still wouldn't breed, or they were locking, but just nothing, no eggs, no build, nothing. He tried her again, and basically he was going to try her once more. He borrowed my pastel spot nose male, and he bred the female. And this female, being roughly 7 years of age, perfectly healthy, ate very well. Roughly around about 2.5 kilo to 3 kilo pastel clown female, and she's just gone this season. So you do get those. It doesn't matter if you produce them yourself or you buy them yourself, you will get those crazy sort of situations where it just won't happen. But it took 7 years, but she's given him a clutch, so it's fantastic. So I just want to give a shout out very quickly. Boxing Boa is in the house, one of the original OG. We used to do lots of YouTube stuff. Miss you, brother. Hope you're well. Let's see what he's. I'm still breeding, just doing a lot of personal. Yeah, no, that's my boy, keeping his head down. That's all good, brother. Good to see you. Okay, let's jump on and do some more. So, what's up? Who else we got? What are other questions? Who I would like to see high intensity orange dream with Desert Ghost? Yeah, high intensity. And again, I did an interview. Me and Ozzy did this interview thing where we talked about the high intensity gene and how it works, and what's happened and how we came about it. And if you haven't saw that, if you go back to one of my videos, it's called Me and Ozzy Get High, and we're talking about the high intensity gene, how it works. But it is the best way to describe it is a high intensity should look like a normal super OD. Okay, so that's sort of how better it is. Like you've got the OD, then you've got the super OD. The super OD and the high intensity orange dream virtually look the same. They're very similar in looks. So you can imagine what the super high intensity orange dream looks like. It's just mind blowing. So I'm holding a lot of high intensity combos back, I think I've held back about 4 so far. I've got another clutch, which I'll probably hold back about 5 out of that clutch, just to do that transition where I'm moving my normal orange dreams over, or out, should I say, and replace them with a high intensity line. So high intensity is awesome. So it's the longest time for a female stop feeding with her ovulation have you ever had? I've got a pastoral albino female that hasn't fed now for around 3 months. She's starting to go now. Okay, yeah, I mean, that comes down to how quick the female will grow her follicles. So, for example, and I do believe it's heat related as well. So dialing in those females is critical. You must get the right temperatures for the development to happen. And I believe when a female is, let's say she's due to lay egg 30 days, if you've not got that heat correct and it's a bit cooler, they will take longer to drop those eggs. So heat, the temperatures is key. I like to keep my females round about the hot spot, around about 88. That's the sweet spot. They like to be around about 86 to 84, depending on what they're doing. But yeah, that's the sweet spot I find. But temperature is key, mate. I always get everyone to check their temperatures. Spot check them. Go through the rack and check your females. Never just set a stat and just leave it to do its thing. Always try and keep going back and check and make sure, do your spot checks, check the temps are working all okay. So with the breeding females, I've had it before where people have asked me questions and I've told them to go and check the temperatures on the racks, and they've gone and checked, and the stats have stopped working, so the mats are off and they're cooler than normal, and therein lies the problem. So always check your stats on a regular basis. Don't rely on the little temperature gauges. I currently don't have one here. Don't rely on them. Get yourself a couple of these. They're not very expensive. Get them off eBay, Amazon, wherever, and just spot. Use the use the probe and just spot check them. Every one, and just do an average. They work a lot better, I find. Okay, I'm missing a few questions, but we'll try and get. Okay, what's long? Yeah, we've done that. Do I breed all year round? So I've got asked if I breed all year round. No, I don't. And personally, I only I start my season when we here in the UK get the bad weather. And last year, so 2019, we had the bad weather hit in October. So straight away when that hit, I started. My females were ready, my males were ready. I just started to put them in. Normally, it used to be sort of November time, and then before that, it was sort of around about December time, sort of around about Christmas time. But as the seasons change, I tend to move with the seasons. So this season, and when I say seasons, I mean like winter, autumn, all that sort of stuff. So this season, the breeding season, I started in October of last year because we had the rain, the crazy rain coming in, and the temperature plummeted. So yeah, that's when I started. So I hope that answers your question. And I just follow the females. If they want to breed, I'll let them breed. If they go off food and they're at the front of the tub and they're looking for something and they're not interested in food, if they're a healthy weight and a healthy girth and all that sort of stuff, then I know they want to breed. Then I'll introduce them a male. They'll lark, pretty much take them out, bang, they'll start feeding. And then I just monitor their progress from there. So we've got BC Pythons, Bumrun shows. We just restarted shows with all the proper PPE. So boxing bow Do you feel people, new breeders, handle their breeders too often during breeding season? That's a good question. I'm not. I tend to not handle my breeders that much. Not because I'm worried about them. If I handle them too much, they're not going to breed. I love getting them out, having a look at them, checking them healthy, make sure they're all okay. But for the most part, I try and leave them alone. I don't physically have time to get all of them out, and but I do find myself when I'm cleaning tubs out and racks, I do find myself stopping, looking, holding them, checking if they're okay, paying them some special attention. So I don't know, my friend. That's a strange or a hard one to really answer. Do you think that the ball python market in the UK will change a lot from next year? UK breeders needing sightings to sell or buy in the EU, more going over to Ham and Houghton, etc. So Teddy asked basically, because we're leaving the EU, are things going to change? Yes. And will the market change? Probably. This year, due to COVID, I've spoke to a lot of people all over the world, and they've had record sales. Considering we've had no shows, none of the events have really been put on. They've had tremendous, sales and all that sort of stuff, which I think is good because people are spending more time on their hobby. They're spending more money on their hobby, and they will reap the rewards from it. Next year, what'll be interesting is how the UK sort of like, I probably buy from more people outside the UK than in the UK. However, obviously, I think we'll see a change where, CITES papers aren't that hard work to do. So I think we may see a change. I think we may see a small increase, but time will tell. The only thing I say to people, don't stress about what hasn't happened, because it may never happen and you've just wasted time and energy stressing about it. But we'll see. We'll ride the storm together, and whatever will be, will be. Do you think the ball market? So did you say you like the hotspot at 98? No, sorry. I like the hotspot for my breeding females about 88 Fahrenheit. That's what I like. But that's a secret. Don't tell everyone. Okay. How are you doing, Gav? Safe. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Okay. I have a pastoral GHI designate. Okay, about humidity. So humidity is important. At the moment, I haven't got the fan circulating because the noise will be quite loud. But the humidity within the room here is roughly about 47%. In the tubs, I know it's about 65%. I find hatchlings and breeders require slightly different temperatures. So your breeders need it a little bit cooler and the hatchlings need it a little bit hotter, but the humidity, I find they're happiest between about 65. So if you're having issues feeding or shedding, then just raise that humidity up, damp down your substrate before you go in on the night. So let's say if you're feeding that night, put some water within the substrate of the tubs or within the rack that you're going to feed that night. Obviously, wait for the humidity to rise, then go in and feed and see if that works. Like I said, I try and keep mine constantly, and I don't really notice any issues. So try it. Just try it for yourself. Put some water in the morning in your substrate. Wait for it to rise. and then feed on the evening. Make sure it's dark outside, because they do know, and see how that goes. Okay. So your least favorite morph. Oh, that's a good one. Least favorite morph. I would probably say, without being negative about it, I'm not a fan of champagne. I love to see what people do and how they do things. Back in the day, champagne was a massive gene, and then we started sticking Enchi in it to bring back the pattern. Then it was leopard to bring back the pattern, and I kind of think that's a bit backwards, because champagne is a pattern destroying gene. So why try and re-engineer it? Why not just drop the champagne and just work with the leopard and the Enchi combos? But champagne is one of those ones where, I think it's a great gene. It does some amazing things. Aussie still produces some crazy stuff with it, but it's just one of my least favorite genes. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I can appreciate it. It's just not one that I work with. How many snakes are too much? David, how many snakes are too much? How long is a piece of string? Let's just leave it at that, yeah? How long is a piece of string? You never have too many snakes. Everyone else is answering. It's crazy how we all think the same, because everyone else is answering exactly the same. So that's absolutely awesome. At least we're all strange people in the same room together. Okay, who else we got? What else? Have we got anything else? Do you have any other questions, guys? I'm sorry if I'm rocking the camera, but I'm on my laptop. So Adam Brown, hey, sorry I'm late. It's okay, don't be late again. Okay, I don't see any more oh, hang on. Any plans on Billy coming to your HQ? Yes. He was due to come in April. Obviously, all the lockdown happened. He was going to come over. Currently got the new house. The new HQ, this is just a temporary HQ at the moment. The new HQ is being built on the 2nd of August. So a week on Sunday, the new HQ will be built, which I'm absolutely looking forward to. I can't wait to share it with you guys. It'll be the last HQ ever, because I'm not moving no more. This is it. I'm done. But yeah, there was plans. Adam from Beach Bum Exotics doesn't know this yet, but him and Joel was going to come over. It's Joel from State 48 Exotics. We got Billy was coming over. Ozzy was coming over. JT from Reptile was going to come over. So a few people, Miguel was going to come over. KB Reptiles were going to come over. And moving forward, if you guys aren't on my Patreon, get over and check that out. But with the Patreon thing, what I will be doing is, when I do the Balls to You meetings moving forward, with special guests like Billy or KB Reptiles or Joel or Adam and Ozzy, it'll be kind of like an invite only deal, where people from the Patreon will get an exclusive invite to the HQ. Beer, food, drinks, the lot, all on Balls to You. So yeah, that's coming soon. As soon as the lockdown lifts, and we can do it in a safe manner. So Teddy said, "Tell us something none of us know about you. It doesn't have to be snake related." Okay, well, currently, to stop thinking about snakes, I play Fortnite. For you kids out there, you'll know what Fortnite is. I'm an avid Fortnite fan. That just keeps my mind away from snakes when I need a break. Fortnite, get on there and kill some 12-year-olds. And I mean that respectfully, you know. The 12-year-olds always get me. Headshots. Okay, David, we have around 30 snakes now. Me and a good friend are building an army of pieds and a few other projects. That's amazing, man. Keep up the good work. Yeah, yeah, damn right, Adam. Can't wait to travel, mate. Looking forward to it. What console do you play with, Gav? PC. I'm a proper gamer. You know what I'm saying? Not none of these like thumb war warriors. You know, I'm a PC guy. You know? Love it. Your temps, what you say for your breeders. You like 88 female, but only when they are breeding. Not the whole year, right? So I tend to. Okay, so here in the UK, I tend to let the outside have an influence on the inside. Your building will naturally heat up and cool down due to the elements outside. I don't drop my temperatures, but what I do is I will probably increase the hotspot on the females when they're not breeding to 89. So we're only talking 1 degree. It's nothing crazy. And I don't class that as dropping temperatures. I just tend to go with what's going on outside. If I need to raise it up slightly to 89, then I will, the hotspot that is. But I tend to look at the females. I know all my snakes. And if one snake is at the front of the tub and they're not normally there, or they're at the back and I don't see them at the front, then I know there's something going on. So that's where knowing your animals is important to this. You can have all the best racks in the world, the best ultrasounds, the amazing snakes you could have brought and spent $50,000 or pounds with whoever breeder. If you don't know your animals, it's just no point. If you can't breed a pastel to a spider successfully, then there's no point getting those £5,000 combos, because it ain't going to happen. Know your animals, learn from the ground up, and you will do amazing. Trust me. And one thing I want to touch on very quickly is, for me, money isn't the driving force behind balls to you. It's not the driving force behind me. It's not making the world's amazing combo or the world's first. You guys know, who follow me, it's all about world's best. And my world's best need to be better than my last year's world's best, let's say. So for me, it's all about personal achievement. It's not about money. It's not about making the best combos. It's about improving my genetics. It's about improving my collection, and also at the same time, me growing with my collection. That's what it's all about for me. There seems to be a divide sometimes with people say some people do it for money, some people don't do it for money. You know, I'm going to be straight up. You know, do I like making money with my snakes? Hell yeah. The reason being is because I can go and buy more snakes. Simple. That's not because I want a Ferrari or a Porsche or the latest motorbike. For me, it's about improving my genetics. And if I don't hit that combo in that clutch, then for my projects to move forward, I have to go and buy that combo. So the only way I can generate the money to buy that combo is through the sales of the snakes that I don't need. So it's all about the driving force behind me and behind Balls to You. Is all about progression, not about money, not about world's best or making the craziest combo. I love to make world's best because I want the best genes to make the best combos. But if I see a guy who's got some amazing stuff, and then I've got Justin or Ozzy that's got some amazing stuff, you know, it doesn't mean I'm going to go with Ozzy and Justin. I'm going to look and buy with my eyes, not the price tag. So, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, just so you guys know where I come from as a breeder. I class myself as like a little boutique breeder. I don't mass produce things. If I've got something, I've probably got a handful of them, or 2 or 3 of them. Luckily this season I've produced quite a number of combos, so I've hit good on the odds. So like I've posted some crystals on Morph Market. I had amazing odds on crystals. I had amazing odds on some clown stuff, but I don't purposely breed loads of multiple clutches to make loads of clowns or make loads of crystals. It's just for me. So sometimes those animals are one-offs. So if you want to get into a project, sometimes you've just got to dive straight in. So anyway, I diverse. Let's get back to it. Oh, okay. Beach Bum Exotics. What CPU and graphics card are you using? Oh, we're going to get techie on me now, are we? Hey, techie, yeah. The PC I'm using is, I've completely forgot. Not going to lie, not going to try and swing it. But I will get those details, and I will tell you, Adam, what I've got. I've got dual monitors, if that helps, and some fast fingers. But yeah. So back to it. Good man. Battle I can call upon. Yeah, Call of Duty. You see, Call of Duty Warzone. People have been telling me about that, but the problem is I don't like first-person shooters. I prefer to see the player in front of me. So I like third person. I think it's called third person. Anyway, so Adam Brown said in 1998 I got bit by an adder in central Scotland and I was very allergic to its venom. Got airlifted to Glasgow General, and then that's what got me into snakes. How did you get into them? Like a kid, obviously in the UK we haven't got many reptiles running around. I've certainly only ever come across one grass snake in my lifetime here in the UK. But it was just watching people like Steve Stevens, sorry. Steve Austin's is the wrestler. Austin Stevens is the crazy guy. Steve Irwin, people like that. Just some amazing people, watching them on TV, seeing what they were doing. And it was just, I just got hooked. Who doesn't love, dragons and dinosaurs as a kid, so snakes kind of fall hand in hand, scales and teeth and forked tongue and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's how I got into it. So yeah, we might have to get over to Ireland Reptile Expo some point in the future. Yeah, Teddy. Yeah, Ireland, apparently they wanted me to come over and do some stuff over there. Yeah, happy days, love to. Definitely. Chicago was awesome. Canada was awesome. Ham was awesome. I want to go over to Ireland and other countries to see some of the shows. So yeah. So right, couple of things I want to touch on. So for those of you who don't know, who probably aren't aware, or maybe you are, I don't know. Obviously, I've set up a Patreon page. The Patreon is all about giving information out there for people who want to progress or move forward in the hobby. I'm trying to work out some sort of platform there where it's almost like a chat room. There are a few options. Discord is what Billy's using. Billy's got a great Patreon. I'm currently on there myself. Billy's got a great Patreon. But Discord is so difficult to use, I think. And I want to try and find something a bit more simpler to use, but I'm still keeping my options open. So yeah, the Patreon page is growing really well, and I'm really excited moving forward with that. There's already some videos I've put up there which I can't really put on YouTube, and I'm starting to put the videos, release them first on Patreon and then onto YouTube. So the Patreon for me is all about a tight-knit community in like a bubble, where we've got no keyboard warriors. There's no such thing as stupid questions. We can all help each other. So the Patreon's working really well at the moment. So I just wanted to touch on that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was trying to I want to talk about a few projects that I've got coming in. I'm really excited for, but I don't really want to spoil it. But what I will say to you guys, I really do love and respect the support everyone gives me. Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, the messages, the private, the sales. It's just absolutely awesome. So I really do appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Any other questions, guys? Because I didn't want to make this too long, but I wanted just to touch base with a few of you. That's why I didn't advertise I was doing a live. I just wanted to keep it, a bit personal. So is there anything else from you guys? I see everyone's having, console gamers are nothing. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, Richard's asked a good question. Have you ever had a problem with breeding snakes and rats with the RSPCA? As I was told the other day, they could get funny with it. No, never had an issue. And the reason for that is because I'm a responsible breeder. How I breed my animals and why I breed my animals. I breed my animals for myself. I'm not a shop. I don't supply my snakes as pets. I personally breed for myself, and other breeders buy what I don't need. The conditions that my snakes are kept in replicate where they are in the wild, and I know more about the species of snake that I work with than any RSPCA officer can tell me. And that's no disrespect to them. I've got a few friends who are in the RSPCA who actually turn to me and ask me questions, but I don't have any issues. And again, with breeding rodents, when they look at the rodents, they have the best quality bedding, they have the best quality food. I meet all their dietary standards, and their cages are cleaned out regularly, and they have fresh, and I'm not going to lie, they're going to have fresh water. I'm not going to tell you no BS and say, oh yeah, it's bottled spring water and all this sort of stuff. No, they have fresh water out of my tap, which I drink from, which is good enough for me. So it's more than good enough for my rats. So I believe as long as you're looking after your animals correctly, and we show the RSPCA and the local authorities that we are responsible breeders, then that's the main thing. And that's why sometimes I don't like to show animals feeding. So whether it be a live feeding or a frozen thawed picture on Instagram or on a video, the only time I will do a feeding video is if it's educational and if it will help you guys with any issues moving forward. So it's all about education. So it's not about glorifying the snake eating another animal, because I love animals regardless of what they are. I love them all. I just have a switch off switch when I'm feeding. A few of my snakes are live feeders, so I have to switch off and just let them do their thing, because at the end of the day, I am a snake keeper first and foremost. So the health of my snakes come first. So I hope that answers your question, mate. Well, we've got a few more questions. How is going your ultramale projects? Ultramale projects are going amazing. Stay tuned. What else have we got? Best thing to pair to my yellow belly: asphalt. Freeways for me are, I never got into the highway project because I felt everyone was getting into that, so I just held back. I'm in the freeway project. Asphalts, Spectre, gravel, obviously, great combinations to breed to a yellow belly. They work really well, obviously. Yeah, Graham, put Hellboy to the brown Brown, please. Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting into carpet pythons? Bill at BC Pythons. Carpet pythons, no. I've had a carpet python for a very short period of time, and it was probably a week. Then I found out I wasn't a fan. I've had boas, I've had corn snakes, I've had other snakes, other species of snakes. I just click with ball pythons. I'd love to get a GTP, but realistically, you know, I don't have time for a GTP. I think you need to put a lot of, they need a lot of specialist care, but no, I love other species of snake. I love watching and seeing other people do amazing things. I've recently saw the pied rainbow boa, which is phenomenal. Love that, absolutely love that. So there we go. So just going through, would you ever go to Africa and look at ball pythons in the wild? Yes, I would. I was due to go with Dave Kaufman over to India, in search of king cobras, which we're still going to do, which I can't wait for that. So hopefully we can all go once the travelling ban starts. That's what I'm going to do. What stages do you upgrade your ball pythons regarding tub sizes, and when do you know to upgrade them? Okay, it's simple. It depends what tubs you've got. I've got a varied number of racks at the moment, which will change because I want to minimalise the size of tubs. But I tend to work on what the snakes are happy with, and you can tell if the snake's cramped, not happy. I've got a breeder female, no word of a lie, just quick story. Breeder female, she was born in 2014. When I breed her, she breeds around about 1,500 grams. I'll put her in a breeding tub. As long as I put a male in there, she'll lock, and then she'll start to feed. The minute she gives me a clutch of eggs, I have to, and she'll have one feed in that breeder tub after she's dropped the eggs. After that, I have to put her in one of these tubs directly behind me, which is an ARS 6540 series rack, which some people call them hatchling racks, some people call them juvenile racks, but I have to put her back in one of those. And the minute I put her in one of those, she starts feeding that night, and I can feed her every night because she eats like a boa. And that's how I know my snakes. And I don't feel guilty because she's happy, she's feeding. And then when she gets up to that 1,500 gram mark, I put her in a breeding tub. She's got her own little breeding tub, let's say a holiday home, let's say. She's got her own breeding tub that she'll go in, she'll start to breed, and she'll do amazing for me. So you've got to know your animals. So I hope that kind of answers your question. It's a very difficult one to answer, but yeah, I hope that answers your question. Just going down. Do they get funky about live feedings? I presume, Adam, you're talking about the RSPCA. No, because if you can prove that that snake will only eat live, then it's it's down to the health of the snake, and within the best interests of the snake to have food. So if it's got to be live, it's got to be live. But you've got to prove that it cannot eat or does not eat frozen thawed. Then you're allowed to give it alive. If you're just giving live for the sake of it, it is illegal, and they will come down on you like a ton of bricks. So yeah, it's all about being responsible. Royal Forest pythons, do you have any bongo, and what is your opinion on the gene? I might have a bongo. I might. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. All will be revealed in the next few weeks. Okay, stay tuned. How long do you let your hatchlings go before you assist feed? I tend to work off the siblings. So let's say the siblings are eating and they're 3 meals in front of their sibling that hasn't eaten, then I will try to assist feed, but I don't force it upon them. So occasionally you've just got to find the right technique and your snakes will start to eat. My first, I normally feed the babies live to begin with, because I find they will only really eat live to begin with. That kickstart them, and then I can switch them straight on to frozen. And I have no issues with any of my snakes, hatchling wise, switching to frozen. So I hope that answers your question. What would you say is your best option to produce freeways? I don't see many asphalts available on the market, and they are hard to ID. Asphalts can be hard to ID, a bit like gravels, but when you've got a yellow belly and an asphalt or a gravel in your hand, you can see the difference. And that's why I say to people, go for a good line of yellow belly. You know, go if you've got a combo, if you've brought a combo and yellow belly is difficult to see, maybe the combo can be overpowering the yellow belly, but if you've got a good quality yellow belly, the yellow belly will shine through. So as long as you've got a good quality yellow belly, it is pretty, you can see the difference. And over the years, I have seen people sell yellow bellies, and they're not yellow bellies, they're asphalts or gravels. So, and sometimes it's a bit like looking at art. You've got to have that keen eye, you know. There's no one marker. There's probably 3 or 4 markers you've got to put together, and then you can come up with, you know, with a conclusion that is either a yellow belly or it's a gravel. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys soon. Probably next season, once I've got a few to show you, I can give you some helping tips to try and pick them out. So, what's your oldest snake? My oldest snake is Sugar. She's a normal. She was hatched in 2002, 2003 when I had her. But yeah, she's my favorite. She won't go anywhere. Twisted rolls, are they like V18s behind you? No, they are bigger than V18s behind me. I haven't got a spare one to show you, otherwise I'd get one out and show you. They are bigger. And I'm going to tell you guys straight, here in the UK, the grey tub thing, you don't see many racks with grey tubs. Let me tell you, that makes a massive difference. The grey tubs make a massive difference. And if you can't get grey tubs, go for the really useful black or smoked tubs, because trust me, it does make a difference. All my racks eventually will be changed over to a grey tub system. I'm currently looking at going over to the LP3 rack system with the FB40 tubs in for the females, just because of the grey tubs and how many I can fit in one space is perfect. Just want to say a quick hello to DK Royals. Thanks for joining us, Kevin, and Tyke. Thanks for joining us, guys. Nice of you to join in. But as for that now, I'm currently finishing. I'm going. It's done. You've missed it. I'm only joking. But I will be wrapping up in a minute, guys. I just, like I said, I just wanted to make it quick, touch base with you, and just say hello and what have you. What's the best thing to look out for when getting into dinker projects? Again, you've got to have a keen eye, and sometimes you can think something's going to prove out and it doesn't. I had a load of stuff coming from Africa once, and I had these 3 females which were heavily speckled or peppered on the belly. I thought for sure it was going to be genetic. You know, 3 snakes coming in at the same time, identical. I thought they've got to be from the same clutch. It's got to be genetic. And as it turned out, they wasn't. So you've just, you know, you've just got to have that keen eye. Sometimes it proves out, sometimes it doesn't. So Tyke's having these tubs wrapped. Yeah, that'd work. You know, giving them pitch black, like those tubs behind me are quite big tubs. And I've put some of this year's hatchlings already in those tubs. And they are just smashing food. They don't feel scared. They feel happy. And I do believe it's because it's so dark in there that they absolutely love. The clear tubs, I believe, when they see people walking past, it does spook them because they are quite shy, timid creatures or species. So I do feel the grey tubs or the smoked, really useful tubs will make a massive difference for you guys here in the UK if you're using clear tubs. Trust me, it's a game changer. But again, I didn't tell you that. Secrets. Okay, is there anything else from anyone else? That's the secret gene. What's the secret gene coming? Adam, there's a few secret genes coming. I'm picking up one of the secret projects this Sunday. And it's a project, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you straight, it's a project I wasn't a fan of. And I'm still on the fence with it. And the reason why I'm getting in it is because I'm not a fan of it. And I want to make it better, or I want to make it work, let's say. I don't want to say too much because I'll give it away. But Adam, you are in that project. I'm not going to say too more, but I want to do something with that project which I can put my own twist on it, and I think it may just work. So there's one for you, Adam. I use clear bigger tubs with hides and flowers and stuff. Adam Brown uses clear bigger tubs with hides. Yeah, you know, if you can, what you're basically doing is using a big tub and then putting loads of obstacles in the eye sides of the snake. And it's fantastic. If you're a keeper, that's absolutely awesome. You know, put loads of fake ivory and plants in there, you know, really give the snake a chance to hide and stuff. I can currently tell you my hatchlings, I've got V15 tubs and I've got Reptile in there, and the hatchlings love to bury under there. So they love to hide. But yeah, that's absolutely awesome. You know, it works really well. But as a breeder, I am a keeper as well, but as a breeder, space is a commodity, especially here in the UK. So I have to put the health of the animal first and then look about my surroundings and then think, okay, well, how can I make this work for both of us without hindering the life of the snake or the health of the snake, let's say. I can't wait to see the release, the anticipation. Yes, we did see I have saw the chocolate and the spot nose being a lilac. It's very, very peculiar, but let me touch on something here. While there's only 47 people of you in this room, I've started to see a few super chocolates with neurological issues. So when Justin released that video, I've never produced a super chocolate, but I'm starting to think now that maybe not all super chocolates, not every super chocolate, maybe some of the super chocolates do have neurological issues. I don't know. I don't own a super chocolate. I've never made super chocolates, but time will tell. It's certainly amazing because I do believe as well, Justin's touched on the red stripe and cypress also possibly being a lilac as well. So there's another interesting little bit of fact that we could have another lilac combo within the cypress and the red stripe. So that'd be interesting. But I've produced some. I found out that the black pastel and the enchi was a lilac a couple of years ago, and then I heard that the cinnamon was also a lilac with the enchi. So this season, I purposely did a Hellboy to a cinnamon pairing, and I'll produce some cinnamon Hellboy combos, which I'm holding back. I'll probably hold back all of the cinnamon Hellboy combos because Hellboy is a super enchi, so everything's going to be enchi, just to try and prove that out as well and work with that and try and learn. You know, I don't know it all. I think you'll be stupid enough to think that you know it all because we don't know it all. Simple. You know, Justin's one of the best in the world and he's still finding stuff out. You know, it's truly amazing. Love this hobby. Okay, what else have we got? Yeah, I produced a few years ago now. I've produced super spot nose combos, and they've Powerball combos, super spot nose combos, and they've never done well. At the time, I was using a different line of spot nose to what I've got now. But I always said, if anything, if I created anything with that kept hitting on neurological issues or severe kinking or anything like that, then I wouldn't do it. The spider combos that I work with never produce or have never produced a issue for me. So I continue to work with the spider combos that I have. But the minute I start to get issues, I'll just stop working and be responsible, sensible. Oh, okay. Adam said he thinks it's a whole complex. So pastel, cinnamon, Huffman, etc. Yeah. Could be exactly right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. It's certainly past my bedtime. I'm not going to go on Fortnite tonight, so no one's got to worry about trying to find me on Fortnite. I'm not on there tonight. I'm going to leave you guys to it. Thanks everyone for jumping in. I hope you've enjoyed this real quick live feed. Just checking in, and let me just say a few things. So today. So a couple of weeks ago, someone messaged me saying Brian Barczyk is using your theme music. So I looked, and sure enough, he was using my theme music. And then a couple of weeks ago, he released another video using my theme music again. And I was like, this dude's copying me. You know, Brian is copying me. And then today he's released a video saying cutting 15 eggs. And I was like, well, I just released that video yesterday. Cutting 15 eggs. So hence why I called this checking in, because I thought he's copied me, I'll copy him. But Brian's awesome. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. Thanks for everyone for joining in and checking in. Hope you guys, cheeky monkey. I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight. It's been amazing to have you here. Obviously, it was I like to do these sporadic lives just so there's only a few of us and it doesn't get too crazy. But yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. But for now, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. Have a good evening, good day, good morning, good night, wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.